Hello, everybody. Welcome along to Championship Predictions, round 36. Myself, Benjamin Bloom, and the great Sam Parkin. Scheduling with me, Sam, and the EFL isn't our friend. So let's just get this out of the way. We are recording this on Tuesday. There are still 4 games remaining of round 35. We don't know the outcomes for that. We do know that Sam is currently 6-5 up in round 35 with a bob on for QPR 1, Sheffield United 2. I also have a bob on for Middlesbrough 1, Derby 0 at the weekend. And we'll find out in tonight's games, Cardiff, Burnley, Hull, Plymouth, Millwall, Bristol City and Preston, Swansea, how that all plays out. You know the outcomes of all of those. We don't, as we go into round 36. Sam, good morning. Does that make any sense whatsoever?
Makes sense. You should have put in that I take no pleasure in predicting Sheffield Wednesday to win at QPR by 2 goals to 1. Sheffield United, especially. Well, you see, I've raised it from my memory already because I took my eldest son, and I think he's 3-0 now. I don't think he's seen a victory.
Oh, really?
But he did see Michael Frey score at the Loft End, which was nice for him because he's mastered the celebration, the Michael Frey celebration already.
A moment he will never forget.
Indeed.
Sam.
A very debatable penalty at that, which
Yeah.
You take it, but it wasn't a penalty.
Right, get involved in the comments. The fixtures will be down there in the description. Copy and paste. Usual scoring system is 1 point for a correct outcome, home, away, or draw. Give yourself 3 points for a correct scoreline. Give yourself a bonus point. So you're going to get 4 if you get the correct scoreline, and there are 5 or more goals. Again, we don't know the scores, but so far it's 2-4-5 Sam. Me 2-5-6 Sam. So I'm looking to close the gap. I need a strong night tonight. Let's get into round 36, Sam. You're up first with the Friday night football. Is Norwich City versus Oxford United.
I quite like the look of that game, actually, to kickstart the weekend. Friday night, that should be good. I can't back Oxford, I don't think, at the moment. 5 defeats in 7. Norwich, hearts broken by that late leveller at Blackburn last time out. I think I will just side with form and Norwich to win relatively comfortably, 2-0.
Yeah, that's a scribble for me. I was going down it's a home win. I think Norwich have got too much power for them. Oxford just stopped scoring, haven't they? I know, to be fair, they did score 2 at the weekend against Coventry, so maybe that's back. But yeah, I like the shutout, actually. So I'll take the 2-1 then, Sam. I'll give Oxford a goal, but I'm going to give Norwich the win. And yeah, we should be live for a watch along on the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel for that. Coventry versus Stoke. I mean, we should be talking about the return to the CBS of Mr. Mark Robins, but I'm going to be quickly hijacked by Coventry's incredible form, Sam, and Sheff and Wright off the bench. And is it 8 wins in 9 or 9 wins in 10? I think it's 8 wins in 9 now. Anyway, they're winning all the time. So I've got to back Coventry at the moment. Mark Robins to come away from what is probably now his spiritual home. I'm sure he'll get a good reception on this one. And I'm going to go 3-1 Cov.
Yeah, that's probably what I would have gone for. Yeah, you can't disagree. The firepower all of a sudden that Coventry have got at their disposal. Looking at that front three the other day as well, really exciting. Just the whole look of the team. Good options for Frank Lampard and real problems at Stoke, naturally, given their form. So, yeah, Mark Robins goes back there. Great reception, but given the form of both teams, it's a Coventry win for me. I'll go 2-1.
And you are up first, Sam. It is Watford versus Millwall. Watford 7 points in 3, Millwall 5 points in 3, both in that second quartile of the table, looking up at the playoffs.
Yeah, Watford's formidable home form kind of subsided, hasn't it, since maybe Christmas time. Millwall very much in the news. We won't get into that, but gave a decent account of themselves, didn't they, at Crystal Palace the other day? I like a draw here. I think Millwall are really hard to beat. I think they've improved. under Alex Neil. I'll take a 1-1.
We're going far too down the same route here. I'm actually tempted to change my thought because I was going to double you up again on the draw here, and this is maybe we've got a good set of fixtures, Sam, if we're agreeing on everything. But I'm going to play tactically then because you've taken the draw. I do think it's going to be a draw, but I need to side with one of these two. And I think it's Watford if I'm going to side with one of them. So I'll take Watford, and I'm going to take a 1-0 win for Watford. But let it be known on the record, I was on the draw and I'm playing tactically here. Sam's pinched it. Bristol City versus Hull. I get the idea, Sam, that Hull, I'm expecting them to go away, but they're just kind of magnetised to that bottom three, and they're still only 2 points clear of it after Luton's win. We do like Bristol City at home. So I think things might continue to be a bit sketchy here for Hull. And I'm going to back Bristol City, and I'm going to go for another 1-0 home win.
Yeah, can't disagree with that. I think Hull, up until that final little bit, are playing okay. And I think...
And of course, Sam, sorry to interrupt, they play Plymouth tonight as we're recording.
Oh, of course, yeah. At Argyle, yeah?
No, MKM.
Okay. So let's envisage them getting something there and having to settle for a narrow defeat at Bristol City. You've had the 1-0. I'll take another 2. I'll take a 2-0 Bristol City.
And just for housekeeping's sake, Bristol City in action tonight, as are Millwall. So we've now dealt with quite a few of the teams that are playing before this is actually going to come out. Sam, away you go for Burnley versus Luton. Nice, easy game for Luton after they finally got a win. Remember as well, Burnley visit Cardiff tonight as we're recording.
I'm going to have to get some away wins in somewhere because they're not all going to be homes, but I'm going to have to back Burnley here. I think, obviously, gave a few a rest the other day, backfired quite spectacularly. If you think of the nature of that game against a rival. Yeah, but I'd back them here. I'll go for Luton to score, given their improvement the other day against Pompey. 3-1, Burnley. Few goals.
Yeah, I was kind of going with the idea that Luton might actually score in this one. I mean, the EFL run, as we're sitting here, is still going. Obviously, they've now conceded in the FA Cup. Will they concede at Cardiff tonight at time of recording? We don't know. But Luton could probably score from a set play, couldn't they, I think? So I will hack off a Burnley goal. I'll go for it to be a bit tense, but I'm going to back Burnley to win 2-1 and W up again. Now, if Mark Robins is going to get a good reception from the Coventry fans, John Eustace, your mate, will not be getting a good reception from the Blackburn fans in this one. It's Derby versus Blackburn, and be interesting to see the motivation of the Blackburn players here. But if I know John Eustace, this is one he can really leverage with his ridiculous knowledge of that squad. So I wonder whether he can get something here. Problem I've got is Derby, have they even scored under Eustace? They're just not scoring at the moment, have they? So I'm going to play a 1-1. It feels low margin. And I think despite even Derby's terrible form, I think the Eustace knowledge of Blackburn might be key.
Yeah, I can understand that thought process. I backed Derby to win at Middlesbrough, didn't I? That was my curveball last time out, which didn't go to plan. I'm going to go for Blackburn here, I think. I think narrowly. I think it's 1-0, but I'll go for Derby to score. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win.
Plymouth versus Sheffield Wednesday. One thing I did say is true. Preston do play tonight, but it's got absolutely nothing to do with this.
Yeah, you throw me a little bit because of Hull playing against Argyle tonight. So that makes it essential that Argyle get something here against the Sheffield Wednesday team again that are playing okay, but maybe not getting the results. Go on, another home win. 1-0 Argyle.
Yeah, I agree with you about Sheffield Wednesday. It felt a bit hapless, that game against Sunderland on Friday, where they weren't terrible, but they were quite easy to beat, weren't they? Quite easy to score against and quite easy to get 2 goals against, and then huffed and puffed and didn't get anything back. I do obviously think Sunderland is a superior opponent to Plymouth. The league table will tell us that. I'm going to go for unhelpful draw, Sam. No one has played a Desmond here. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to call him Plymouth. Preston, I'm going to call him Plymouth. Plymouth 2, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Right. Sheffield United are definitely playing Preston on Saturday. And we can move on to that game. And I think they're probably going to win. Preston are really going to have eyes on this FA Cup thing now in the quarterfinal. The sort of lowest ranked team in there, flying the flag, only EFL team in there. We like Sheffield United at home. Sheffield United, Sam, have won 13 games by a single goal this season. So, again, someone will get a good reception is Paul Heckingbottom. Lots of incestuous managerial returns. 1-0. Blades 1, North End 0.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lack of, I don't know, I'm not putting much jeopardy out there today.
They feel safe fixtures, don't they, mate?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I wasn't hugely impressed with Sheffield United at QPR at the weekend, but they were the better side, no doubt.
That job done.
Yeah, I like the midfield too. Really enjoyed watching Peck. That might be the first time that I've seen him in the flesh. Him and Sousa complement each other really well. A wonderful goal from Campbell, but again, yeah, didn't wow me. But deserved the 3 points given that the QPR penalty that gave them a chance was never a spot kick in my eyes. Yeah, same reasons really. The cup's going to take precedent for Preston North End now. I will go for another 3. I'll go for a 3-0.
Wow. Sunderland versus Cardiff. Sam, you think Sunderland are back and set for a nice run in now after winning at Wednesday?
Yeah, obviously, not ideal missing Lefay and a few selection issues, but yeah, I think good for a victory here. I think Cardiff's salvation will come probably at home if they are to be in the Championship next season. So I expect Sunderland to win this one and win it relatively comfortably. I'll go 2-0 Sunderland.
Yeah, that's a scribble for me, and we're agreeing again. I think Sunderland. They did have that weird defeat against Hull, didn't they? But I think Sunderland are gonna look all right now, and they're gonna push on and, like you say, hope that they're in a nice, strong position, good momentum to bring Lefay and then Ballard. And I think there's a few injuries. Rested Isidore and Rigg and Sirkin as well on Friday, didn't they? So. He's playing with it. Has he already got an eye on the playoffs? I don't know. You tell me. Sunderland fans will hope not, and that they're not out of the automatic race, and they keep winning. They won't be, and Sam and I are both going to predict that. I know I've already had 3 1-0 home wins, but dare I call another? Let's not. It's too many, isn't it, Sam? 2-1. Sunderland 2, Cardiff 1, which takes us to Swansea versus Borough. Maybe we've finally got one where we don't agree here. I haven't got a clue. At time of recording, Alan Sheehan is still taking the team at Swansea. Middlesbrough have gone back-to-back. It would be the most Middlesbrough Carrick thing to lose 4 in a row and then win 3 in a row. It feels like both teams to score, Sam. So I'm going to play for the bonus point here, and I'm going to take a 3-2. Swans 2, Borough 3. Your thoughts?
Well, Swansea have had time to reset, haven't they? Middlesbrough beat Derby, 1-0 last time out. I just think Swansea are going to be really topsy-turvy. I think they're going to stay in the division. I think Alan Sheehan's probably going to stay in charge until the summer, but I think they're going to win 1, lose 1 is my kind of sentiment with them. But I'm going to go for Borough as well. I'm going to go for Borough to go 3 on the spin. I'm going to go for Borough to win 2-1 at Liberty.
Sam got a bob on. Predicted a QPR defeat at the weekend. Is he going to do the same again? West Brom versus QPR.
Yeah, there was some real good spells in the game, but I didn't really feel that QPR were going to win that game. And I think obviously the season's going to end mid-table. Could have been a hell of a lot worse, but I think those kind of playoff aspirations of a few weeks ago are just subsiding now. So I'm going to go for West Brom here. There was a few tired performances, I thought, from QPR after the effort of the last kind of month, 6 weeks. Good result for West Brom at Ellen Road. I will go for a another 1-0. How many 1-0s have I had? I'm going to have a 1-0 here anyway.
I'm a bit conflicted with this one, Sam. I can see it being a draw on the basis that I think West Brom quite enjoyed being the underdog at Leeds and kind of playing that game. I think they played into the, you know how Ellen Rowe can get a bit nervy when the pressure's on there. I think they quite enjoyed that. Whereas they're going to be favourites to win this one. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play the draw, Sam, and try and play a bit tactically. I'll leave you with the home win. And I'll go West Brom 1, QPR 1, which is precisely no help to anybody, but it's the EFL, isn't it? Finally, Portsmouth versus Leeds, which Mr. Parkin did earmark in the previous Championship check-in podcast as a fixture that's not overly straightforward for Leeds, where probably a little bit unique, aren't they, in terms of Championship this season? They'll get in and about you. They get the ball in the box, really good at home, actually. So if there is a Leeds slip, it's possibly coming here. But I just feel, Sam, they're going to have enough possession and enough goal threat to score twice, which is probably going to be enough to win the game. I think Portsmouth will score, but I will be back in Leeds. You know, they'll have had a full week of team training, as Daniel Farker beautifully calls it in all his press conferences. Portsmouth 1, Leeds 2. Do you fancy the slip up here, Sam?
No, I don't think so. Maybe a couple of weeks ago. I set you up
beautifully for that. You've poured water on it.
I think a couple of weeks ago, maybe. I mean, Pompey are down to 2 centre-halves again. Marlon Pack played there the other day, so he's clearly a midfield player by trade. So they're down in their numbers again. Real bad injury issues. They got that nice cushion kind of sitting up there. 7 or 8 points away from trouble with Oxford, so there's no immediate concern, but I don't think they get any points here. And I think for Leeds, all of a sudden, this game isn't maybe as daunting as it may have been. QPR to come next few weeks, Millwall as well. I think all of a sudden, their games with Leeds' power that I expect them to get a good return from. You went 2-1, I'll go 2-0 Leeds.
There we go. That is your slate of 12 for round 36. Get involved in the comments. Usual deal there. Give yourself a point for a correct outcome, 3 points for a correct scoreline, 4 points for a correct scoreline that has 5 or more goals. Now, apologies. The schedule has been really, really unhelpful for us. I did the hot takes on Sunday. So unless you're really unhappy and you want to hear from Sam Parkin, you're going to be disappointed because you're only going to hear from me on the Championship this week. You'll hear from Sam next Thursday because it's a 3-game week. So he'll be back on Monday with the round 37 predictions. And then I promise we'll go chapter and verse on the Championship in the Championship Check-In podcast next Thursday after the midweek round. Thick and fast, Sam, will be down to, it'll be under 10 games to go then once the midweek round is done. All hotting up, mate. Are you looking forward to it?
Very much so. Yeah, loads of football to come. There's a midweek round as well, isn't there? Next week, I will be off to Bramall Lane for the first time this season. One of the best gantries, if memory serves, for the visit of Bristol City. So, yeah.
TV.
Thick and fast, yeah. And hoping that my cushion at the top of our little mini league remains, mate, because I've had a good few weeks.
Yeah, and we will properly update the scorelines on Monday. But at the moment, it is a Sam win incoming. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of rounds. Get involved in the comments. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And we'll be back with Mr. Parkin on Monday. And the check-in will be back next Thursday.